to WeFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Listen, there's no more fire in this relationship. We've officially run out of steam. These issues have been bubbling for far too long. I'm sorry, but I got burned too many times. So, I'm moving on to a hot new stove from Quartz. I met him online and he doesn't mind doing all the cooking.
Say goodbye to your old appliances and hello to new ones from Quartz.
No, it's not my fault. Don't try to gaslight me.
Quartz, bringing Christmas home.
Welcome back to WeFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. First, on the local scene. On December 2nd, 2025, Prime Minister Dr. Godwin Friday announced that December 19th, 2025 will be a VAT-free shopping day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The announcement came at the swearing-in ceremony for the new cabinet at the Annisville Stadium. The initiative fulfills a campaign promise aimed at providing holiday relief for households and stimulate consumer spending. Originally planned for the first Monday in December, the measure was delayed due to the timing of the elections and the transition into office. Vincentians will benefit from reduced costs on eligible goods, while retailers are expected to see increased activity. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Meteorological Services says a flash flood watch is now in effect for St. Vincent and the Grenadines and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. today. Unstable conditions are affecting the islands under a favorable mid to upper level environment. Pockets of showers, some of which may be heavy at times, periods of light rain, occasional gusty winds, and isolated thunderstorms are anticipated across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Rainfall accumulations of 50 to 75 millimeters or 2 to 3 inches, with isolated higher amounts in mountainous areas, are also anticipated. The Met Office is advising residents and motorists in areas prone to flooding and landslides or near rivers and streams to be prepared. In addition, seas will become moderate from 1.5 to 2 meter swells in open water. Therefore, small craft operators and sea bathers should exercise caution for above normal sea swells and occasional gusty winds. Still on the local scene, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines will abolish admission fees for the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College, the SVGCC. The change was announced by Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Dr. Godwin Friday at the swearing-in ceremony of his new cabinet on December 2nd, 2025. Prime Minister Friday noted that the move is part of a larger push to make education more affordable and accessible, especially for low-income households. The government has also made a pledge to ease the burden of secondary school fees for families. The main goal is to ensure financial obstacles no longer prevent young Vincentians from pursuing education. On to news in the region. The assisting an offender trial of former Calypso monarch Aziza Kebret Clark began in the Barbados Supreme Court yesterday. Clark of Bonnet, Britain's Hill St. Michael, was charged that knowing or believing Hakeem Stewart had committed the arrestable offense of murder, she assisted him by transporting him from Briar Hill to Graham Hall, both in Christchurch, an act intended to impede his lawful apprehension on March 21, 2019. Her defense includes representation by King's Counsel Michael Lashley, Senior Counsel Angela Mitchell-Gittens, and Attorney Shade Harris. Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions Crystal Delaney and Senior State Counsel Kevin Ford will be prosecuting the case. A 9-member jury was selected to hear the evidence yesterday, and Justice Pamela Beckles is presiding. The Ministry of Health and Wellness in Belize on Thursday sought to assure the public that the water supply in the country is safe for drinking. The ministry acknowledged recent public concerns regarding the detection of E. coli in certain water supplies, as reported by the Multi-Indicator Cluster Survey MICS-7. It said that while the MICS-7 study has highlighted water quality issues, comprehensive data it has collected from multiple sites over time consistently demonstrate that potable water remains safe for consumption. The ministry said sampling and testing activities primarily serve to verify continuous compliance with regulatory requirements, such as those set forth by the World Health Organization guidelines and other relevant national standards, ensuring that all drinking water sources remain potable. Authorities are encouraging persons to maintain confidence in the quality of their drinking water and to stay informed through official communication channels. On to news on the international scene. Israel has announced that it will open the key Rafah crossing between Gaza and Egypt in the coming days to allow Palestinians to leave the territory. Israeli military body Kogat said the exits would be facilitated through coordination with Egypt, following security approval by Israel and under the supervision of the European Union mission. It added that this would be similar to the mechanism that operated in January when the crossing opened during a previous ceasefire. An Israeli security official said it was an expression of Israel's support for the current ceasefire with Hamas, which began 7 weeks ago. However, Egypt denied it was coordinating with Israel to reopen the Rafah crossing. Finally, in sports, Australia has delayed naming their team for the second Ashes test against England, leaving the door open for captain Pat Cummins to make a shock return. Pace bowler Cummins missed the first test with the back injury that has stopped him from playing since July. The 32-year-old bowled in the nets in Perth during the first test and again in his home city of Sydney following Australia's victory, only to be left out of the squad for the day-night test in Brisbane starting on Thursday. But on Tuesday, with Cummins again training in Brisbane, Australia refused to rule out the possibility of him being included in the 11 at the Gabba. This has been WeFM's 3 Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WeFM's 3 p.m. News. WeFM's Midday News came to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Hassle-free loans for your every need. Courts have you covered, best believe. Courts Ready Cash is for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all. We on the go. Courts Ready Cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go. Courts Ready Cash, always ready when you're ready. Let's go.
Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are.